Oh,
Tell another lie.
I have a question though. I have a question.
He's lying
All
now.
right, so they can't hear y'all. I might have to drop y'all down. I ain't gonna lie, because it is they can't hear y'all in the room that well. But
When they talk,
Night, let me what? But it's hard when they chime in during the
Oh no,
conversation.
yeah, they talk. Yeah, they can't do that. No.
Night, what's your follow-up question? And then I'm gonna move to another subject.
I would like to know why these people that's looking for whatever skip their family, they skip the church, they skip the government assistance and go to the internet.
Now that y'all don't get that, say that again.
What is that?
Why do they skip their mama, their daddy, their auntie, their uncle, their grandma, their family, the church, the government who has assistance for you to go to the internet and look for answers?
It's easy. It's easy accessible. I feel like when they go to the internet to look for answers, you can compartmentalize what you want to hear, what you want to see for your particular goddamn problem. It can validate them. It can reassure whatever they got going on. You might go to your parents, and they might tell you a hard truth or some shit that you don't really want to hear. You might go to the church and they might say the same thing. So when you go to the internet, you might find something that support what you thinking, or something that can validate you, but it's not giving you the right or the hard answers for you to deal with your motherfucking situation.
Right. So they skipped all the people that love them and care about them and is supposed to be there for them to go to a stranger.
Who skip them? Now you said
The individual, whoever it is that comes, skip their mom, their dad, their uncle, their auntie, their grandmother, the church, the government to go to a stranger they never heard of before and believe in them.
I agree that all these motherfuckers skipped over. Hey, Nightish. So when you mention the people who actually skip over all these other resources that you just identified, you're also making an assertion that you know that they actually skipping over all of those people. You tell me how you know that. Tell me how you know they're not talking to their pastors. How you not?
Because they got a mama and a daddy, and that's just nature. They got all those things.
Right.
How did they get? The bigger question is how did they get past all of that to get to a man they never heard of in another place they never been to listen to him?
My point is, how do you know they skipped over those people? How don't you know that that's actually a part of
making an assumption? Is it a safe assumption? So
I think it's a safe assumption.
I think it's a safe assumption simply because when you look at people as they grow in their early teenage years, their biggest influence becomes their peers, right? And so oftentimes people don't want the truth. People act like they want the truth until they get hit with it, and then what happens, right? So you can get confirmation bias from the internet. So you can look up something on YouTube that'll validate how you already feeling or wanting to feel, which is why people come to the internet first.
And
right?
You believe that your family and friends, your network, your family and friends, and extended family actually circumvents their day-to-day network and goes to the internet. They won't talk to you. They won't talk to mom. They won't talk to grandpops. They won't talk to uncles and cousins. They won't talk to their peers that's in their family.
So I'm gonna tell you,
skip over and go to the internet and fuck with
because the internet judgment is different, right? They don't care about you. You don't know them, so you care less. One of my brothers had a thing that happened that he know I'm vehemently against, and therefore he didn't share it with me in real time. Now it was a thing where I obviously found out because it's a tangible thing. But initially, he didn't share it with me because he knew what he was going to get by sharing it with me. So he
went somewhere else and got what?
Validation. It was okay for everybody else.
And also, there's had people who have came to me, whether it be online, they said, "I like your advice. I'm looking to that. Thank you." They bypass all these other steps and go to the internet and get advice from people like me, Fantastic, Cheeky, House, Hemp. This is the new norm at this point.
No. What I'm saying is, why can't that actually be a part of the network? So we actually categorize it saying they don't go to their family and friends and loved ones to get the information.
I see what
when in fact this is a part of your network, right?
Yeah, but so I think what it is
You guys
It was
want to
a-
fight
it's a-
so much about everything that when you actually look at it, this is the family.
Well, but
Right.
what you no. So here's I can't concede that because you had to change your argument to fit it in to make the point.
No,
I think this is what stands, right? And what Knight said is ultimately valid, right? I think people avoid accountability. You agree?
Facts.
That's true.
yes.
Men, let me ask you a question. Do you think men are accountable because society holds us as such? Do you think we would hold ourselves accountable at the same rate if society held us accountable like it holds women accountable?
I think that nature actually holds men accountable. It's actually going inevitable. You'll
Okay.
actually be held accountable by nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable. You can't get around it.
In
I don't
what
give
way?
a shit what you believe, what you feel, what you think, who you hold on to. None of that matters when nature actually is involved.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get that ass kicked no matter what.
In what way?
So if you actually don't take care of your body, no matter what society says, nature's going to say high blood pressure, hypertension, etc. In that way, you're going to catch it any way you look at it. So whether you want to be accountable, held accountable, you stand up for it or not, nature's going to kick that ass and show you who's boss and where you need to make adjustments. Now you are responsible for making whatever said adjustments to get your shit back in order. But by and large, no, that's actually the end result. So I don't give a fuck if you think you want to be accountable. If somebody holds you accountable, if you think this society or you think that whatever the fuck, it's not.
I got one more question because after you said that right there. So if your dad is fat, should you stop listening to him?
So
Say that one more time.
If your dad is a fat man, should you stop listening to him?
I don't understand the question, but no. Why
If your dad is obese, overweight, should you stop listening to him?
what? Stop listening to him about eating fruit. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, what you just said. Say what you said again. I don't know why you so upset, sir. We just having a conversation.
We are. Ask your question better.
No. I answered it very. I asked it very. I asked it.
a bit more context to that question.
I think what Nigel
He doesn't understand fat, obese, overweight.
I did. I answered your question, fat boy.
So I think
Now we name calling.
No,
So yeah, you're not credible.
You called my dad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
your dad.
Checkmate. 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 I won.
I'm about to silo it to the room. I think it's a decent dynamic, but I think it's a little bit better when it's the people in person having a conversation because there's so many people here.
I think the point that Nidus was trying to make is
Yeah.
you use the example of your body not being treated well. The accountability is the obesity, the high blood pressure. That would be the accountability part. I think he's questioning, okay, so when you can visibly see someone not taking accountability for their health, does that discredit or does that take away the value of their advice, authority, or leadership?
No. When you have wisdom or knowledge, and no matter what your circumstances or position is, if you actually have something of value to share, it's valuable.
So
Period.
I think that was towards Nidus. All right, the kind of because I see where y'all was crossing in.
Yeah, no. You see how easy it was to answer that question when explained well?
Yeah, but it's all good. It's just I'm
Hey,
trying
Cheek,
to.
your mic, you made to pick it up.
All right, I got to pick mine up.
Maybe so.
Can y'all? Is it better? What's the levels? Let me know.
Sway. Let me know how Cheeky sound.
Check 1, check 2.
He'll let us know.
All right, bet. But yeah, perfect.
I think it's like a messenger versus the message, right? Type of thing.
Right. So I think like this calls in I think this is more of an ethical question.
They say you good, Cheek.
I was like, okay, bet. I think it's an ethical question that we're asking. Like, for example, if your message has to have a lie in it, is it ethical to still tell it? And I think just, most human beings wanted to be good human beings, say to themselves, I don't want to lie about something to prove a point. Very similar to what Donald Trump did about the Haitians are eating the cats and dogs just to find out he lied, or it was a made up story about J.D. Vance. The ethics behind that is like, why would you do that?
Yeah, but then you got to explain the bigger point. What was his larger point?
His larger point was about immigration and having Haitians there. But the fact that you went to that level and the fact that you did those things, you lose a lot of respect.
Circling right back around the big
right, that's my point. Right. So we're talking. Right. So that's what I'm saying. The tying is I think the question is more ethical than it is anything else. I think it's just wrong to try to gain influence through lying, instead of just being genuine. I think a lot
What
of
if that's your genuine self though?
a liar.
Not even like because
That's a good
if
Okay,
Right there.
yeah,
in my way, I sat down and just thought about it. I sat down there and actually wrote a fucking script to it.
okay,
So in perception, since you're trying to use it as reality, like you go watch Love and Hip Hop, I don't watch that shit, but they're using reality, but it's scripted at the same time to convey a message, even if it's mostly drama.
okay,
So if I sat down there and actually wrote the script to this shit,
yeah,
actually see how it's going to affect people,
yeah,
then what Fantastic should have did, it should have debated the right or wrong instead of saying, hey nigga, hey, that's bullshit. You had a whole opportunity to just expound on, you know what I'm saying? It's like giving a motherfucking layup to somebody just so they can like
okay.
be
So
the punching bag type shit.
but I think I get what you're saying.
It's not, but that's not something you would do personally as a man. So it's like it's conflicting. Why would he do that? Why? But it opened up a conversation for everybody to put accountability on men that was essentially like the image that I was portraying.
Okay,
So it opened up a vast fucking door of content creators to condemn that type of behavior. But y'all looking at it, oh, he lying. Well, my whole plan was to do that.
so I understand that, and I think on the grander scheme of things, mission was accomplished, but
It was accomplished.
at what cost? Like
At the cost of somebody, some kid that y'all, he say, you were saying that, he might, a kid might see that and feel like that, it's something to way to live by, but the thousands or hundreds of other content creators that talked against it is gonna be more than see that might reach that goddamn kid. So my whole sentiment is about just being the punch bag for a message that I'm totally against.
so,
Because when I was talking, when I had a conversation outside, I was this particular person in content. It didn't get no goddamn. It didn't get the traction that I wanted to get.
Yeah, but when we was outside and you actually said,
Yeah, you ain't got to talk about it. Yeah.
That shit fucked me. I was throwing the fuck up. Like,
You feel me? So, but it allowed people to create a conversation to talk against some bullshit, and I was the bullshit ass punching bag for it.
yeah. So
I think you guys blur wrestling and real life together. And the thing about that shit, what you saw outside was real life.
Yeah.
What he said, I don't know how long ago it was. That was wrestling. But the question is, did you get the message out of it? What did you get from that situation? I went down what I got from it, and I just left it at that. What is true or not?
Well, let me ask you guys a question then, just based on that premise, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So when we use the stat about black women having abortions as
19
cannon fodder, right?
Yeah.
We use it against them seemingly. But I've had this conversation several times, right? Where I say, yo, my man called me. He said he got Stacy pregnant. I'm like, who? Stacy? The one we used to, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, son. I'm like, are you bugging? You know what my next question is?
What's up?
What you gonna do? Niggas don't be like, yo, you better keep that kid. And he like, yo, I talked to her. You know, I said I got some bread for her and all that. My man Fuego Boss, he said that he was pro-life until his ugly bitch got pregnant.
Yeah.
So what's really happening when we look at these abortion stats? Are men actually pro-life, or is it based on the chick and convenience?
a certain type of man.
I think it's a certain type of man.
But you know, we talk. You
It's
know,
a certain type of woman.
Well, hold on.
dog.
Let me
Hold on,
set
hold
the.
It's a.
Hold on, House. Let me set the baseline because Clips and Cheeky know especially what I'm about to say. Majority or minority, we understand that there's outliers.
I think a majority of men don't care. I think majority of human beings, when it come to themselves, they're not gonna care. Like, yeah, if I got a baby and I don't want a baby, I'm gonna get rid of it. But that's the part of, I think, morality and things. Like, I think human beings are a little bit deeper than just let me pick the choice that best serves me, which is why I hold a lot of weight to some of the decisions that people make. Like, if you got an abortion as a woman, I'm not saying it's inherently wrong, but I do need to know why, right? Because it tells me about who you are as a person, tells me about the decision making. And then if you've gotten a woman to get an abortion as a man, I need to know why. Like, I understand that there's a lot of complexity to life. I'm not so simple minded to where everything's black and white and I can't understand.
Sure.
But in most cases, most people getting rid of these kids because they just don't want them. It has nothing to do, ain't got shit to do with the post. They don't. It's not about your body.
Most people
it's a
who
form
have
of birth
kids
control.
don't want them.
Huh?
Most kids that have babies don't want them.
Most kids
People
that
that have
have
kids.
That
babies.
actually have babies, not abort babies. Most
Yeah.
kids that
So-
most people.
Okay, most people that have kids.
Wait,
don't
but
want
let's so Clip, what you mean by that? Niggas don't really care about these kids either.
No, the women nor the men want the children. They don't want to have an abortion, so they end up having a problem, which is fine. That's actually a cycle of life.
Okay.
They don't actually want these
Well,
kids.
but Clips, what I'm asking more thoroughly, if I did a poor job, I apologize. Is
Sure.
should we be continuing to use that abortion stat against black women?
No.
No. I don't think so either. If anything,
you know why you should use it against these motherfuckers though? Because if you look at the stats, bro, and I looked at this a while ago, so don't quote me. I'm just paraphrasing.
Okay.
I think I looked at it back in like 2022, 2023.
Mhm.
It was about 5 to 6 million I guess abortions. How many women do you think got those abortions? A simple mind would say, oh shit, 6 million women went to go abort 6 million babies. Nah, it was about 3 million. 50% of the women accounted for, or about 30% of the women accounted for the amount of abortions. That's saying your life is not in danger. You haven't been taken advantage of. You feel me? They using it as a form of goddamn birth control. When you just tell a nigga wrap it up.
well, I mean I think the bigger point of it though is it shouldn't be used against women because it benefits men, right? Like it's if you're the person who's going
It
to
don't benefit men if you
if-
my story. It don't benefit men if you took my story and just leave the goddamn kids.
well that
It's
wait, hold on. But the problem with your story or the character of your story is your character has no character. So it benefits the man either way.
God damn.
Perfect.
It benefits him. If his main focus is not being a father, that was a bar.
So
if his main focus is not being a father to a child that he know he got to be.
well, abortion
responsible
don't
for.
matter.
Hold on.
Hey, go ahead.
The morality is not going to be in the conversation. Having character is not going to be in the conversation. Being a quote unquote real man is not going to be in the conversation. If you don't want that kid and it's here, nigga can just walk away.
So the thing is, your character represents people with no character. But most people would like to believe I'm a good person.
Yeah.
I have good ethics and I have character. So your character doesn't match a lot of men in their mentality because most men are taught as a man, I need to have character.
Right.
And
have character.
So the thing is, if your character or the person that was in the skit was like, look, man, I'm trying to explain to her I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the kid, but she's trying to hold this over my head.
Yeah.
Or this, or I just found something ethically wrong with her. Then we could better understand, like, damn, this nigga really going through it.
Mhm.
But when the characters, man, I don't give a
No
fuck about
value.
her or these kids.
Right.
We're gonna be like, you bum ass nigga, you deserve what you've been. And again,
So y'all basically you basically care how it's wrapped up and given to you.
I it's not that I care because I don't. That doesn't affect me either way. It doesn't affect me. But
Yeah.
I'm saying I know how most people think in regards to the psyche of a human being. No human being wants to view themselves in a negative light or immoral.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Which one is worse? Deleting the baby or abandoning it?
I think deleting the baby or abandoning it.
So when you say
wait.
When I say abandon,
wait 1 second. Are you talking about adoption?
No.
Like, for a man.
Wait. I think
Versus a man.
I think abandoning it is worse. The reason why it's worse, the reason why it would be worse is because there are many men that don't have a father, and they're very glad to be experiencing life. And not only are they very glad to experience life, but they've offered life a lot more than just existing, right? And they did it with the strength of the mother and the village, whoever it is, whether it be sister, auntie, uncle. But that value of life still matters,
So
right?
you're saying abortion is worse.
No, I'm saying abandonment. I think.
So you're saying that man actually.
I think
Not even giving a child a chance to live is worse than abandoning it.
Yeah, I think abortion.
You like they didn't even you're not even giving a child a chance to live.
Yeah, that's worse.
Right.
Wait.
Like the chance. You're not even giving the child a chance to be abandoned.
Right, but the problem is you can't have one without the other. You can't. No, you
You
can't.
most definitely can.
What I'm saying is you don't have an option. So if a woman
You mean the
said
child doesn't have an option?
no, the person who's carrying the
not-
baby, right? That person is if she says I'm going to keep this baby, and you decide after hearing that I'm going to abandon it, that's worse to me.
No,
Because
no,
the other one, because with the other one,
That's his opinion, though.
it is my.
So-
I mean, it's my
that's why I
opinion.
asked him
No,
what
that's
he
fine,
think.
that's
Yeah.
fine.
But so try to follow the logic. If it's off, it's off.
Okay, go ahead.
So-
Now, before y'all finish it, right,
Go
I
ahead.
want to make sure you work back to the logic of the men and their mentality, and if that stat should be used against the women based on what we minding out.
No,
right?
I don't think so.
All right. So that I think the conversation is great. I just want to make sure y'all work it back to that. Also, salute to Tiff. We got a shot. We got a shot break.
Salute.
Salute. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.